Hey guys, so this is going to be our video on finding your factors and using them to find our binomials. So as a quick little step, we always want to set it up to be ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, for our purposes right now, because this is a beginner level kind of factoring, we were going to start with a being 1. So we really only have to worry about C and B. Now, why do I go the order of C and B? Well, C is going to factor to add up to B. The factors of C are going to add up to equal B. Now, let's remember factors are multiplication. So these are numbers that multiply to C, add up to B. A quick example of this is x squared minus 5x plus 6. Really quickly, we want to take a look at our signs. We've got B equaling -5 and C being +6. Now, something to remember here is that when you have a negative B and a positive C, your signs are both going to be negative. Keep in mind that our factors have duplicates, right? They have their normal factors, which are all positive, but they also have their kind of subfactors, which are the negative factors. And we have to take that into account when we're looking at quadratics. So the first thing I do, even though there aren't that many, is I list out all of my factors for 6. We've got 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Notice I'm kind of doing this rainbow thing. You can do it that way or you can do it this way. It just kind of helps us keep it organized as to what multiplies to what, so that we're not mixing and matching our factors. So we ask ourselves, okay, 1 and 6. 1 and 6, if they're both negative, is that going to give us -5? Well, we can do it on a calculator really quickly. That's not going to be -5. Okay, what about 2 and 3? It's going to be -2, -3. Oh, that one does. So -2, -3 is going to be our answer here. -2, -3 is going to be our answer here. How do we express that, though? Well, when we're talking about factoring, we want to put them in those binomials. We want to put them in the binomials. So if we look at the binomials, the standard form is x plus times x plus. Here's the thing. The plus is more or less just the sign attached to your factor numbers. It's just the sign attached to your factor numbers. In this case, because both of our factors are negative, it's going to be x minus 3 and x minus 2. So that takes over kind of the basic things, the simple things. Going from this to this. It is going to take some time, and I highly encourage you that you make lists like the factors. Not because you need to, but because you need to until you get the experience. It took a lot of experience, even for me, even for any of your teachers, to really get to this level, especially when it comes to quadratics. We didn't start out being able to immediately factor these in our heads. We started out having to write out each factor and kind of guess and check. Remember, you can always guess and check with these. All right, so let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about the whole signs of C. It's a pretty easy little chart, right? When B is positive and C is positive, both factors are going to be positive. When B is negative and C is positive, both factors are going to be negative, not positive, negative. When B is negative and C is negative, the larger factor is going to be negative, and the smaller factor is going to be positive. So your less than factor is going to be negative, your greater than factor is going to be positive. If we were looking at the 6 again, that would mean 3 is negative, 2 is positive. However, if B is positive and C is negative, then the bigger factor is going to be the positive factor. The smaller factor is going to be the negative factor. Again, looking at 6, that would be 2 is negative, 3 is positive. 2 is negative, 3 is positive. So again, if we're talking 6, we can see it like that. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this one. You may want to go through this and watch this video again. There is no real problem in doing that, guys. Watch it as many times as you need to, especially when this is kind of your first experience with this. And don't just seek out my videos, because there are a ton of other methods, and I'm just covering kind of the beginner level. Don't stay at this beginner level. Challenge yourself. Move on to some of the tougher levels. Move on to some of the tougher ways, because as we move on, those ways are actually going to be a lot more useful. I will see you all later, and have a great day.